Hello everyone, this is my weekly review of my trades. It's been a bit of a funny week this week. On my main account I only had one setup that I entered, which is this one here, pound CAD on Tuesday. I trailed it a bit too tight. We'll go straight into it because there's quite a few to go through on the smaller accounts. On my main trading account, 100k high stakes. It's the usual setup. Asian session here, breakout in London session, pull back to pick me up, and continuation trade. So all was good, but I think I had a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, more fear of losing maybe. So my stop loss, when we came up here, I pulled my stop loss to this level, and obviously we got taken out. And then still in the trade, or what would have been in the trade, it went to profit. So in hindsight, not the best day. I made 60 something dollars, whatever it was, I can't remember now, something like that. Let me have a look. $68 when I was risking 600, so not the best. But that's all we had for the whole week on those setups, so nothing much to report really, to be honest. What I have been doing alongside my main account is also taking these more adventurous trades. So it's the same setup. I'll show you now. There we go. So you're going to get more wins, more losses, and just more action really in the charts. Because my main setup is quite strict. It requires me to be very decisive and only take the best A-star setups, if you like. This system is the same, but this is not a great example. I'll show you on some of the other ones. But on this setup, rather than having to do this like that all the time, I can take rejections off the 200 EMA, the 100 EMA, or Asian sessions, or break of previous day highs and lows to continue past other levels and stuff. Just gives me a bit more flexibility rather than being hard fast stuck in the other setup. So we'll run through some of these. I did end up positive at the end of the week. It ended up 3R up. It's only a small 5k account, so it was $25 per account on this, because this setup and style is still in the testing stage for me. So it's a smaller account, smaller risk, $25, whereas the bigger account is $600 on 100k, but a lot more strict. So this one ended up plus 3R for the week anyway, but as you're about to see, there was a lot of trades. There you go. I saw these ones down here. So we'll have to go through quite quickly. So starting on the Monday, Asian session coming into London session, pull back to the Asian. For some reason I wasn't too keen on this for the main account. I've got an uptrend and everything. It kind of looks, because it started off above the Asian session, whereas I'd like the main account to be in the Asian session and come up in the London session, whereas this one started high and pulled back. So again, it's one of the more flexible rules on the smaller account whilst we're testing it. As it broke up here, the stop loss was trailed up to here, and the actual trade finished on a 2R. Just bring it up on my other screen, not that one for you. There we go, so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so that one finished positive 2R trade on the Monday, so it was a good start. Then the other Monday trade was CAD JPY. I'll go through them quite quick, see if I can remember what I did as well. Asian session into London session. Now you see on the main account we would have liked the London to break, pull back and enter. We weren't getting that price action at the moment. So on the more flexible account, which is this one, we're still on the downtrend, we're still coming out the Asian. We're rejecting, I think it's the midnight level, so we entered here. Just gives me a bit more freedom. And that one resulted in about a 1.5 to 2R, 1.9, so it's more like round about there, I think, give or take. These charts on TradingView are only a rough reflection on the actual MT5 trades, but they give you a good guide. So now we moved on to Tuesday, that would have been then. Tuesday was a bit of a bad day from what I remember on these setups. we'll run through them. Got to show the wins and losses, haven't we? So Tuesday, in a general downtrend from the week before and the Monday. So it's reasonable to expect shorts. So we come in, this is on CAD Swiss, which lost. Yep, that's fine. So Asian session. And I can't honestly remember why I entered this one. We're down here. It kind of came up and rejected, and I was obviously targeting a short. Not 100% sure why. And obviously we got taken out for a stop loss there. So then we'll move on to the next one. Now, the reason this one's on a smaller account is because I don't trade the indices on my main account. So we have to be aware of that. So on the indices here, this is NAS 100. General downtrend. But the short term was an uptrend. So we entered the pullback here. And obviously got taken out. But in hindsight, it's clearly a downtrend, so I'm not too sure why I was going long at the time. But hey ho, it is what it is. So that trade lost. And then we'll move on to the next trade, also on Tuesday. It's the Australian dollar. Tuesday, general downtrend. Let's have a look what happened on this one. Came up to take the 200 EMA, pulled back. So I was entered there when it came back into the Asian high because we're in general downtrend after the rejection of the 200 EMA. So is someone trying to come in the room then when I'm trying to record my review? And obviously it was taken out pretty sharpish on that one, so that's fine. We'll go quite quick, so there's plenty more to go. The basis of this trade was general downtrend rejection of a 200 EMA here, this one I think. And then we'll move on to the next one, which was CAD Swiss. Let's have a look what happened with CAD Swiss. There's a winning trade. 2-hour trade, same principle again. General downtrend on the 15-minute. Now, again, on my main account, we would like the Asian session to come in, break below and continue down. Because we're not getting those, we're doing these on the smaller account, on the test account. So London came up, swept the 200 EMA, came back down, and this was my entry point here, which was probably this level or the break in the midnight. As it was, as you can see, Trump came out announcing various things with Canada, and the markets pushed because this was CAD Swiss, and we went straight to 2R. When I came to this trade, after I'd set it, I was a bit concerned because the trade had disappeared. And I thought, oh, my stop loss has been hit. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that we broke straight down the Asian low, all the way down here, and I got a nice just over 2R, whatever that was, 2 point something R. So that was good. That sort of built my account back up again. Then also on Tuesday at the same time, I was also in USD CAD long. So I know it's not a good idea to be in 2 CADs or 2 similar pairs at the same time, but I was. So this one was, we came out the Asian session into the London session. We had a rejection of the 200 EMA. We got in there, and again it was another Trump-tastic one. So we went up to about 2R again on the Canadian tariff news. So that brought my account back up a little bit. Then we moved on to Wednesday, where there was just one setup, which I've highlighted here was not a great setup, and it rightfully so went to stop loss. So let's have a quick look at this one, see if we can analyse this. Asian session. Now broke out the Asian session, so that's as per my rules. But look at the size of the Asian session, and then look at the breakout here. And then we had a strong pullback back to that level. So, as I've highlighted this here, you can see I've highlighted it as a warning, which in hindsight it was. You can see we had a strong push up from a small Asian session. Huge momentum candle, huge back down. There was nothing to say, but this was going to reject and carry on up there. So it came down. My entry point was down here, so I must have taken a bit later on. Or it got picked up later on. can't honestly remember, just around the midnight open, and went and took me out, which is fine. Hindsight, small Asian session, strong rejection, more likely to be going down than up. So that's that one. That was Wednesday. And we moved on. There was no trades Thursday. I don't know if that was just because I was too busy or what. So we moved on to Friday, last day of the week. We had 3 trades. So here we go. Let's have a look. So coming into Friday, we came out the Asian session, break for London to the low side here. So it's kind of a good setup, but we weren't too much of a downtrend. Previous day was up. This is squashy. So it's a messy setup, so can't win them all. And sometimes when you're at the charts, you don't see everything that you should see. Because we would have only seen up to here at the time, with the EMA spreading. So it's not the worst possible setup. Again, we've got similar strong momentum candle down and a full rejection. But at the time of setting this, I wouldn't have known that, so, and straight to stop loss on that one. We've got 2 more, so we're almost done, so just bear with me. I know it's a bit of a long one, this one, because there's loads of trades to flick through on this smaller account. So we're into Euro New Zealand again on Friday. These are all M15 charts, by the way. That's all I look at. We got a strong downtrend forming. Came out the Asian session already low, so it wouldn't be on the setups on the main account because we want it to come out and break. But on this account it's already low. Pulled back and I entered on the previous day low. So rather than an Asian session break and continuation down like we normally do, we had a previous day low and we're looking for a rejection and continuation on that one. So like I said, it's a bit more, it is part of my rules to enter break of other levels, previous week, previous days, but on the main account I just stick to the Asian generally. So on this one we broke below, came back to previous day low. I was expecting a rejection like that, down to levels marked off over there. And that one took me out pretty sharpish, came all the way back up, job done, so that's fine. And then we had one more trade. Let's have a look at that one. This is the last trade of the week, which luckily was a nice 2-hour trade. So finished the week on a strong point. So like I said, this new variation of my main setup brings in a lot more trades. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But they're not as good quality trades. But results are results, so let's see. So on this trade we got the Asian session breaking out already high in the London session by the time we came into the London session. Pulled back and we've taken a rejection off the previous day high. So similar to the same one where we were trying to take a rejection off previous day low to the short side, we're taking a rejection off a previous day high to the long side. So very similar kind of stuff. This one worked out though, so that's fine. So the New Zealand, Euro New Zealand short resulted in -1. This one resulted in +2. So rejections off those are fine. It came up, picked me up. As momentum started bringing up here, we have the risk of it rejecting off this level here. Stop loss was brought in quite tight. Probably trailed it from there and then moved it up to there later on, I would have thought. So it would have been protecting the account. Then once it broke this level, we just trailed a bit higher just to make sure if it comes back down, we're going to snap some profits and at least not have a negative figure. As it was, that one made, yeah, bang on 2R for the day, round about there. So we came out about there. I think I probably just closed it because it was, yeah, 12:15. Now the New York Open currently with the time difference in the UK is 12:30 instead of 1:30. So I banked my profits there. And as you can see, it was the right move because once we came into New York, we came back down and went sideways for the rest of the day. So that was it for that. For the week, I can show the MT5, I think. It doesn't give anything away, I don't think. So these are the trades we've just talked through. So just to show that it did take them all, and we ended up around about 3R up for the week, and that was it. On the main account, we only had the one setup. Let's have a look here. So a quick review. Just a quick reminder: the main account is Asian session breaks, continuations to the next level, stop loss below. On the 100k account, we're currently 3.3% up on that account in 4 weeks, so all's good still. But trading is a patience game, as I found out this week. So first week, obviously 6 trades, 1,900. Week 2, just 1 trade. This is when we were risking 500 per trade. We've increased to 600 per trade now because we're on positive weeks. 3 trades last week, ending up in 1.5 hour, or about $1,000. And then this week, just that 1 trade, which was maybe poorly managed by myself. And that's why I've highlighted my comments in red. Taken out on tight stop loss, continue to run afterwards. My comments are black. If I did something good, they're green. If I did something a bit silly, they're red. Where it could have been better to highlight them. And then we screenshot each trade as well. So you can always go back and look through every single trade and see how we're doing. There we go. And that's it, guys. All done for the week. So quiet week on the main account, busy week on the experimental account. But all in all, a good week, and I think we're generally happy with the results there. It would have been nice to have got like $1,000 on the main account, but you can't have that every week. So yeah, that's it. Tune in next week and I'll do a review next week. At the end of next week, see how next week went. Hopefully we'll get a few more trades on the main account, but in the meantime we're happy trading this one. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.